Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here we have Jay Agaskar. He went to the same high school as me. Jay, can you introduce us yourself, your name, major, and what school you're in?
Hi everyone, I'm Jay. I'm majoring in economics and finance with a minor in computer science, and I'm going to Northeastern University.
Jay, do you have your YouTube channel? What's your tag? I can let my subscribers know.
I have a YouTube channel as well. It's just youtube.com/Jay Agaskar.
Super cool. So Jay, what company did you work for last time, and at which location was it?
Yeah, I worked at Dell EMC. They're like they're in high-end data storage, and I was working in their Franklin office in Massachusetts.
That's cool. So can you give us an overview of how you got into industry and what is your role and position?
Yeah, so I worked as a business/data analyst for their logistics team, and I basically just applied through my school system. So I did a 6-month co-op there, starting last July, and I basically just applied through my school's online system, and it was pretty much a straightforward application process.
Can you talk to us about the application process, the different rounds, when you hit apply, what happens and what you need to apply, and so on?
Yeah, so I just applied to the position with my resume, and then maybe like a couple weeks later they got back to me, and maybe the whole process was like 2 rounds. So the first round was just an initial phone interview. They'd ask you why you're interested in the position, and then maybe just tell you like a little bit about the job. And then for the second round, it was actually supposed to be an in-person interview, but that was during summer and I'd already come back to Thailand. So instead of in-person interview, I had one that was over like a conference call. Mm-hmm. And with that, I had an interview with 2 of the managers that I would be working with. So they hired 2 positions for the data analyst. And then I was going to work with one of the managers. And it was mostly just behavioral questions though, not technical questions.
Gotcha. So how did you prepare for each of the rounds, the first phone interview round and the conference rounds? Did you use Glassdoor? Did you research their website? How did you research?
Yeah, I find Glassdoor really good to prep for interviews because they have previous interview questions as well. Mm-hmm. And since this was mostly behavioral, I just in general just looked on Google for common behavioral questions and kind of rehearsed them. And I just kind of cross-referenced them with kind of the qualities that the company was looking for, or that was stated in the job description. Sure. So they said they wanted someone who was good in communicative language and was also good in problem solving. So you just kind of tailor your questions, or you kind of tailor your answers based on that.
Can you give me an example of one in which you displayed good problem solving skills? What sort of story did you use?
Yeah, so like what I found really good was because I go to a lot of hackathons and I have a lot of personal projects. Mm-hmm. So I got to talk them through some of the instances that I've used problem solving, and it also gives them a sense of the skills that I have and technical knowledge that I have, and also how you work as a team based on that small amount of time that you work with few people that you know.
Gotcha. How many hackathons have you been part of?
Today I've been part of, I think, 6.
Can you name them for me?
Yeah, I've been to Hack MIT most recently, and also in early 2019 I went to one that was for the NCAA and Google Cloud. That was a collaboration between 2. It was hosted at MIT, and I've been to Penn Apps in 2018, and in 2017 I went to YHack, which is the hackathon at Yale, and also Hack Harvard.
So cool. So you talked about your hackathon experiences. What other past experience helped you get the job as a business analyst or data analyst at Dell EMC?
Yeah, so a lot of what I did there was also SQL querying with their data lake and using PostgreSQL. So like a class I took at Northeastern was database design. So I find that really helpful to already have the skills I needed to already work with SQL.
Gotcha. Is there anything that surprised you? Anything hard? Anything easy in the interview? Are you surprised they only asked for behavioral questions?
Yeah. Like I was kind of surprised they only asked for behavioral questions. But I guess this was for data analytics, so there wasn't necessarily a lot of technical aspect that they could have asked you throughout the phone interview, especially since this wasn't in person for me and that I wasn't in the country at the time.
Gotcha. Is there any final suggestions you have for anyone that's looking into data analysts at Dell? What do you suggest them do? Definitely, like you said, take a class at the college on like database structures, was it? Or what was
A
it called?
database design.
A database design. What else? What other suggestions do you have for someone like a sophomore looking at this video right now?
Yeah, I just think it's really good to brush up on the type of skills that you want, and just kind of look at a job description and how you can match that to your resume. So like for example, it would be great if you had some previous experience with like data visualization tools or business intelligence tools. That would be really helpful, such as Power BI or Tableau. Those are the two main ones that basically the whole entire industry is using right now. So it would be good if you had skills on that, and then you can show off to your interviewers.
And if there's no specific class that you can take, are there any tool courses online? Are they offered like Coursera?
Oh yeah. There should be free courses online. Even I think Tableau, in their official website, they have free training courses that you can look at. Because because I didn't know much about Tableau going into it as well. But then I just took the time while I was at the job to learn about it as I was working with data as well.
That's super cool. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Jason.